welcome to the latest edition of the OTE podcast. I'm Eric.
I'm Joe.
Okay, today we're going to talk about the Maria Taylor and Rachel Nichols controversy. This one is a complicated one for me because after listening to the audio, I didn't know if it was a conversation that was intended to be exposed as something as Rachel being uncomplimentary of Maria Taylor or black or diversity, or
was it a gotcha thing?
Yeah, was it like a
very suspect?
Yeah,
it's very suspect.
Was it like a Donald Sterling? Someone's recording the subject to try to get them to admit racist tendencies, or was this an actual conversation, and was she just expressing an opinion about an organizational failure and overreach?
Yeah, a workplace issue.
Yeah, a workplace issue, not an issue with another employee.
It seems very suspect that how it was recorded and it was put out. Okay, just take a step back here. Let's say you're having a conversation with somebody, you're talking with someone, and they're asking you certain questions, and you're not expecting them to go run and tell other people your answers.
Exactly.
And then they do that. I mean, how would that feel? Is that fair? In any circumstance, is that fair?
I would say no.
That's not fair.
A conversation, a trusted individual, whether that person is a harbor racist tendencies or not, I think you have confidants that you want to feel confident in exposing who you are towards them.
Yeah.
But in this case, I don't know that after listen to the audio, it sounded like a conversation. It sounded like an interviewed conversation.
Yeah.
To me,
yeah.
I'm not a expert, but it sounded like an interview conversation. I felt like Rachel was talking about just an organizational failure, and now, like I said, an overreach, or try and correct things with all the organization's trying to correct things with all these diversity tactics, fake diversity tactics,
yes.
Virtual singling tactics that isn't fair to the female in position when there's other males that the position could be, that Maria could take over for, or whoever the African American candidate or that minority candidate could take over for.
Yeah, like they're making a point in the interview that there's so many slots available that are filled by males, white males. Why is only a couple of female slots available, and you got to take away from one female to give to another female, as opposed to maybe taking a position from one of the white males and putting one of the females that. So it's, in a way, definitely to me, from what I was getting at, her issue was, it's a workplace issue, organizational issue. That's what's going on. She said nothing towards, not a race issue. She's talking about the policies and the practices of that workplace.
Exactly.
So I didn't have my mind made up.
And why should those policies and practices come at her detriment?
She's a victim of these practices, and she understands them quite well. There's nothing against Maria. There's nothing against Maria. Nothing against her whatsoever. It's sickening how the media try to twist it. So this woman is like because I was expecting, like, okay, she said racial slur.
Yeah.
I've been here about all week. I thought she did something. I said, what did this woman do?
I thought, to me, like, people built it up as that she was totally disrespectful to Maria as a black person. That she was disrespectful to anyone that should be put in her position that is unqualified just because they were African American or minority.
That's exactly what I got from reading the headlines. That's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly. She complained about affirmative action. Even some headlines said that.
Yeah.
She implies affirmative action. They keep using the word implied, though, because she never said nothing. Yeah. She implies affirmative action.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of like she was neutral on it, and she's just talking about, again, an organizational issue.
Yeah.
And her being the only woman on that particular show, that does bring up, some issues. Now, okay, Rachel Nichols is a white woman.
She's white.
She's white. She's a white woman. She's older.
Yep.
They could be looking at those aspects. that trying to get someone that's younger, someone that is
prettier,
someone that is in a different ethnicity.
Yep, win-win.
Trying to move her out, and it has nothing to do with, on her end, in my opinion, has nothing to do with her being African American. But I think she sees it as, okay, why does it have to come at my expense? Why can't someone else's, because she's worked hard. It seems like, yes, she has some advantages, I'm sure, but it's not like, she's in her 40s. She didn't get that job in her 20s. She got that job when, this a couple of, I want to say maybe 5 years ago. So she was well into her 40s when she got that.
Yep.
She got that gig.
It always sucks at work when you feel like you put the work in, you put the time and you've done something, and then someone else just comes in and just go right to the top.
Yeah.
In your perspective, they're going to the top. Yeah. We've all been there at work. You feel like you deserve, like you earned it, but this person, because of their connections or because of whatever reason, because they're cuter, they're younger, they're something, boom.
Yeah, and I think that's to me, if you're looking at it with a surgical eye, that's what you're looking at. You're seeing like, okay, this person's being moved out because of this, because of this network has a long, and she even expresses that they have a long history of not promoting qualified Black talent.
Yeah,
they have a history of not using people in a good way that were qualified. They've had plenty of opportunities. They cover people, African Americans. They cover a diverse range of people in their sports climate, but not to promote those same type of people in their organization is wrong.
It's a big hypocrisy, and now they're trying to publicly this whole wokeness is this is an external thing. Yeah. They want to appear like, oh, we don't have any problems here.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there's probably behind the scenes reason. Maybe let's say, maybe Nichols difficult, to them.
Yeah.
Maybe she speaks her mind too much. Maybe there's some other issues. Yeah. Maybe she makes too much money now. Yeah. There's all kind of organizational reasons, and like that's just they're using an excuse, and now they're trying to put it out there like, oh, we're right to sideline her because she's saying racist things.
Yeah.
They're just using their advantage, and maybe that guy recording it was part of the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that very, very, very is plausible. When you, unfortunately, as a woman, when you get older, when you can use up your, and that's Black and white. When you get older, they're always looking for a way to replace you.
Yep.
Seems like that happens more so with minorities and women than mostly anybody, but at the same time, everyone's replaceable. They can find a younger, cheaper asset, just like in NFL.
There you go. That
they will get
any workplace. I just keep going to workplace because it's a workplace. That's how they function. Is the corporates hire, they make a decision, they want to put a decision into place. Someone's going to suffer.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's someone's going to suffer. And that's always how. And then this is a bid for that, and it's just disgraceful that you have African Americans coming out playing that game, trying to paint this woman as like she's prejudiced or she done did something like.
And she very well may be, but she hasn't displayed any of that.
She hasn't displayed it.
Displayed that any of that.
In this situation, no, she is not being it. Just saying, to me is detrimental to African Americans also, because you get in a position where now, now they can't speak. So now if you're not Black, now if you're like a white American, you can't speak on any issues without being censored. Well, guess what? It's gonna apply to you one day too. There's gonna be an issue that you're gonna want to speak out as African American, and they're gonna say, nah, it's not politically trendy.
Yeah.
You gotta shut up about that. Which in the past he did often. He did that often in the past. Yeah. It just currently, because of the reasons last year, there was an election.
Yeah.
They needed some Black votes.
Yeah.
They let Black people speak more. But watch this. Mark my words.
Yeah.
Now that the Democrats got firm control, you're gonna see a little bit tightening the leash here about what Black people are doing publicly in the media. What's gonna be allowed? What's gonna be promoted? Watch and see.
I totally agree. I think that is if it's not here, it's on the horizon.
Yep. They don't need maybe 4 more years they might let us talk again.
Yeah, with election time.
Yeah.
And they need your vote. They need your
they need the vote
vote.
there. They want the black
like
vote.
You think it's you can't wear your curly fro to work. You got to cut that or lay that down.
Yep.
Yeah, you can wear it this. You can wear it this. This year, but next year you may not be able to. You got to straighten your hair.
Yep, you got to do something.
Or your name can't be an exotic name. It has to be Lisa or something.
Yep.
Something more trendy and sexy.
If you think they won't, then you're drinking the Kool-Aid.
They put you under that control, and they're paying you and. It's either get down or lay down.
Yep, get along to get along, gang. That's what they doing, right?
Yeah, that's what Kwame said.
That's what he's so correct about that. We had a chance. I voted Kanye. The rest of y'all didn't vote Kanye.
I voted Kanye too.
The rest of them didn't vote. If we all voted Kanye, we would have solved the problem. We would have solved the problem if we voted Kanye, but y'all didn't want to do it. So y'all got Biden, and the Democrats got the power of the media and social media and the government now. So enjoy.
True.
But that's it for this one.
Peace.